Good morning. We already know that retailers have been suffering because of the unusually mild winter weather, and that's meant slow sales of clothing. Well, the latest updates from the British Retail Consortium show that retail sales for October came in flat. That's compared to the same time last year. But furniture, well, it's been doing a bit better. That suggests that homeowners are confident enough now to spend and could be linked to an upswing in mortgage approvals. Well, let's speak to John Munro. He's from the British Retail Consortium. He's in central London for us. John, good morning. Just talk us through this link, first of all, between spending on household goods and furniture and things and that upswing in mortgage approvals. Is it simply people buying the house and then filling it?
Well, we've seen in another recent monitor we published, our online retail monitor, that quite closely searches for homewares track almost exactly, if you take out Christmas, mortgage approval rates and mortgage searches as well. So there is a real direct correlation between people finally getting on the property ladder after quite some time of house sales being sluggish, and then furnishing and redecorating their homes.
Now, as we said, that headline rate flat, should we be worried about that, given everything we've heard from the retailers about the difficulty in shifting their winter stock? Flat is good, no?
Well, like-for-like is flat. However, total sales across the whole of the retail industry are up 1.4% compared with October 2013. And this is better than we did in September compared with the previous September, which was down. So if you look at total figures, there's actually a small amount of growth. And, you know, any growth is good growth.
Now, retail figures are really interesting for us to observe, of course, because it tells us a lot about what consumers are thinking, but it also tells us about the ability of retailers to get the right stuff in the right stores at the right time. I mean, what insight do they give us into how consumers are feeling, especially when it comes to putting their hands in their pockets and paying for stuff?
Well, the figures for the food sector are down 1.4%, and that shows us that there's a lot of very deep discounting going on among the grocers, and that's basically because consumers are ever more demanding of their retailers. They want better goods at better prices and to be delivered to them in a way that's convenient. So there is still fierce competition in the retail sector, and that in some parts of the sector is driving down prices and increasing the number of promotions and the offers that customers receive.
Yeah, and speaking of discounting, of course, as we get into that vital Christmas period when most retailers will make most of their money for the entire year, we saw it last year that a number of retailers blinked and they started discounting before Christmas. Is there any evidence that that's happening this year?
We haven't had any information on that from our members. Our members are confident that they're going to have a good Christmas. They are, of course, cautious, as they have been for a number of Christmases now, that they need to get their deals right. They need to make sure that they're offering the right products to the consumers. So, no, there's no evidence that things are going to start early, but we can expect a fiercely competitive Christmas, and we can expect a good range of products and a good range of offers that will meet the demands of an ever more discerning consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. John, thanks very much. John Munro there from the British Retail Consortium. Of course, all of that, as John was saying, good news if you're out shopping. Prices continuing to fall on most goods and services. Particularly useful, of course, if you're feeling a bit more squeezed in your pocket.